Maverick fans, welcome to this week's episode of Chattin Mavericks, the official fan podcast of all things Maverick hockey.
This podcast is brought to you in partnership with Pulltab Sports. Check them out at pulltabsports.com and on your favorite social media platforms at Pulltab Sports. What's going on, Maverick Nation? Well, another weekend, another couple ties as the Mavericks split for points against Bowling Green at home. We're going to hop into that series here in a second and talk about it. We're also going to bring on our player guest for the week like we always do and preview the Mavs' first away CCHA road trip of the season up to Lake State. Joining me today, as always, Mr. Big Bag of Knuckles and Mr. Colin Judding. Juts, what's going on?
Not too much here, guys. Wi-Fi's out. We make do, I guess.
Hell yeah. Juts is joining us courtesy of a wish and a prayer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Big Bag of Knuckles, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. We had a fun little weekend. It's our annual kind of hockey dads trip.
Yeah. That was fun.
Down to Mankato on Friday. We stay at one of the guys' cabins just outside of town. It was a great time and paid for it. Definitely.
Yeah, it got blurry quick.
Yeah. It was a good time though. Always fun to bring
those
the
guys
boys
are beauties.
down
That
and
was fun. It was cool losing money live betting on that game. I don't know if we can say that, but
I don't know. That was a lot of fun. Tristan
taking Scholl for the next goal, and then he gets put in the box for 10 minutes. That was I think I'll just stop gambling for a while.
Cam takes him with 12 minutes left to go, or with 14 minutes left to go in the game to get the next goal. 2 minutes later, he gets a 2-10 and does not play the rest of the game.
Literally exactly 12 minutes worth of penalties, and I was screwed. So
that was so funny.
Yeah, we were driving home the next day, and my buddy was checking his Venmo because he couldn't figure out why he had no money left. So he was looking at Venmo, and he goes, "Who's Campbell Watkins?" I'm like, "That's Cam." Like, oh yeah,
that is
right.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys got anything more on the weekend? I mean, we got some news here, and then we can hop right into the recap.
Cam, you got to tell us how you are.
We got a lot to talk about here. I just said I'm great. Thanks for listening.
That's all you need to know.
Anywho, Western Michigan. I don't know if this has any credible sources or if it's just some schmuck on Twitter. Drew Van Dries on Twitter. I don't know if that's a legit person or reporter or what, but it's been rumored that Western Michigan is not letting their guys go to the Spengler Cup. If you look at the roster, they do not have a single guy on there. So I don't know if that's just rumor and kind of a coincidence or if there's something to it. I mean, I'll throw it to you, Big Bag. What
trash?
Kind of a weird thing to put out there, I guess, if it's true, but
yeah, I don't know. Like I'm with you. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's just saying stuff on Twitter or if it's a real thing. I don't know if Western Michigan's even allowed to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, now, who was it that, what Michigan team? Oh, was it actually Michigan? That a couple of years ago, they backed out of some weekend series because they were going to be missing some guys. Wasn't that I thought.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Was that Michigan or Western Michigan?
Talking about?
That might have been a Mel Pearson,
sure,
Michigan era thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sounds like something he would do.
I mean, they got a non-conference game against Boston College. It's at the end of December, right? The Spengler Cup?
It's during what would be the Christmas break.
Yeah. I think December 27th through something, January 2nd, maybe, or something like that.
I think Tracy would come back right before the Cactus Cup.
Right.
If they're allowed to do it, I could potentially see why if they're playing Boston College. That's a big game for them.
Yeah.
It seems kind of shady if true. I mean, I don't know Pat Ferschweiler very well at all,
Yeah.
but having watched him win the national championship
not
last year
pals.
and reading articles about him and how he talks about his team, it doesn't seem like something he would do. But
Yeah, he seems pretty honorable.
we'll learn more as we go on. Maybe this Van Dries guy will get exposed as a fraud, but maybe he's right. I don't know.
It's another St. Thomas burner account.
Or he could.
What's his name again? Andrew?
Drew Van Dries, Dres.
If he goes by Big Drew, then we know we're onto something.
It's true. I mean, Juts, you got anything on that quick? Or
I was just thinking it also could just be their way of coping with them having nobody. Just saying our coach didn't let us. Even though but I mean, it's Western Michigan. I'm sure a couple of those kids deserve to be on the team. So I doubt that's what's going on.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Maybe we're gonna speak it into existence. But anyway, so rumor factory here. This one's definitely not a rumor and very deserving. As last week, Evan Murr gets D-Man of the month for the first month of playing the CCHA here. So shout out to him. I think he's gonna have something to say here later on in the episode. So we'll be happy to talk to him here very soon. I mean, you guys got any other news? That's really all I got. We can hop into the breakdown if you guys are good to do so. If you got any more quick hits.
If the CCHA social media person is listening, you might as well just schedule that tweet for next month too.
Yeah,
just keep rolling it out.
Yeah, save some money.
Win a lot of them.
I think I got into it, later on the show here. I think that was his third of his career. So not bad. So yeah, let's get into it though. It's now time for the Mankato Play It Again Sports Series recap. Shoot and score at Play It Again Sports. Stop by your locally owned sporting goods store serving Southern Minnesota for over 25 years. We've now got some posters up in there. So now when you're in there and you forget that you were sent there by the Chat Mavericks podcast in the first place, you will be reminded. So shout out to them for putting up some posters, there in the store. Whether you're looking for a deal on used gear, new gear, they got you covered. Hockey, baseball, softball, golf, wrestling, volleyball, and so much more. Don't forget to bring in your used but not used up sports equipment. Make sure you wash it. They're not going to give you any money for stinky equipment. If you want some credit towards your next purchase or even cash, cold hard cash to go spend downtown Mankato. Thank you to Play It Again Sports for sponsoring the Chattin Mavericks podcast. Guys, let's get into it. We alluded to it there earlier in the episode. Going into the weekend, I think we were all kind of under the understanding or under the expectation that we won 5 to 6 points out of the weekend, and here we are sitting with 3. Friday night 4-4 tie, going to overtime. Mavericks get the extra point in the shootout. Quick look at the score sheet here, and then we'll kind of start breaking things down. Shots relatively even, 25-29, in a slight favor of Mankato. Face-offs were fairly even, 32-28. For Bowling Green there with the slight edge. Expected goals about a goal higher for Mankato at 3.3, Bowling Green at 2.4. Scoring, a lot going on there in the first period. BSU comes out to a pretty hot start, very unexpected. Connor Levi's, sorry, I don't know how to fucking say your last name there, Connor. He kicks things off pretty quickly into the game, about 2 minutes in. And then, just a couple minutes later, Adam Zinka, he comes down and gets another goal. So the Mavs are down 2-0. I believe we challenged that second goal, right? We challenged for goaltender interference. So we got a little. Yeah, and in the post game too, Strand's like, yeah, it was kind of a whatever call, but I was going to be taking a timeout anyway, so I thought we might as well challenge it. Fair enough. So challenge doesn't go our way. We're down 2-0. Vibes aren't great. Then just a little over a minute later, Liam Watkins comes down, gets his third of the year, makes things 2-1. A little bit more time goes by, about 5 more minutes into the period. Tristan Lemire gets his 4th of the year, assisted by Mason Wheeler and Campbell Psycho Soupy. And then on the power play, another like not even a minute later, Tristan again gets his 5th of the year. Jack Smith and Ralph Bergmanis with helpers on that. Second period, BGSU gets a 4-on-4 goal. Noah Monroe gets his 2nd of the year. And then that's all we had in the second. Nice and quiet there for a little bit. And then the third period, Soupy gets us back, with a little bit of a lead there, 1-goal lead. He gets his 1st of the year. So shout out Soupy. Again, Tristan Lemire finding the score sheet with an assist, and Finn Williams back on the score sheet. So good to see Finn getting some points. And then a little bit of a dagger there with just over a minute left. Noah Monroe, he got his 2nd of the game, 3rd of the season, scores on an empty net, 5-on-6. So crazy game, guys. Penalties were there. I'd say pretty normal. I mean, I'll throw it over to you, Big Bag, but I mean, kind of unexpected, very weird start. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I mean, we were at Mavericks beforehand talking to people, and everybody's like, yeah, this is a sweep weekend. Like this, we were all feeling good, thinking we were going to cruise to 6 points. And by the time my group got to our seats, we were down 2-0. We were a little late into the arena, but we roll in and it's 2-rip already. And we're like, what's going on here? I didn't even see the goals. Yeah. I didn't even really see highlights of the 2 goals. I'll let you guys talk about those, but couple takeaways for me from this game was the emergence of Lemire and Watkins over the whole weekend, but Lemire in this game, I mean, he had 4 points, and super happy for Soup. Was not expecting him to be right at the goal front on that rush to tap that in. Like when I saw him go through the line first, I was like, for real? That's
exactly what me and Pam were saying to each other too. Really?
Well, and it was Tristan's shot, and they had scored leaky goals like that throughout the night. And I guess we forgot to mention, but they're in the first period at that 12-minute mark after that 3rd goal goes in. BGSU puts Cole Moore on the bench and brings in their freshman goaltender.
That was a good move
from the net there. First,
Cole Moore's never played college hockey again.
Yeah, Cole Moore's gonna have to retire and go get a job with Joe Sean somewhere because he is.
Yeah, the transfer portal.
He can go hang out with Cole Moore. He can go hang out with Airy for the Gophers. Those 2 guys are not going to be in between the pipes the rest of the season.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're done. You're done. I mean, craziness. I don't know, those first 2 goals. The one, I think it was the 2nd goal, just another brutal blind backhand giveaway, pretty much assisting on our own goal. Just a blind backhand pass right to the slot. They pick it off, walk in. I mean, just about as great of a scoring opportunity as you could get. I believe the first one was a shot from the point that it got tipped right in front. There's 3 assists on there, so that kind of checks out as well. Or 3, there's 2 assists on there. So I mean, the first one, whatever, tip from the point. You'd like to, get a body on that, maybe, move some guys around so Tracy can see it, but what do you do? Whatever. But the second one was pretty just a really terrible hockey play on our end, which stinks. They're very similar to those goals we gave up against St. Thomas, just, blind gifts, odd plays here and there. But I was really happy to see that Liam got the first goal to answer back, because that was his backhand that went to the slot. So it was good to see him get, bounce right back and even things out. I'm sure he felt good about that. So getting his 3rd of the year. Juts, what do you got on the night? I mean, I thought, not a lot of shots for Tracy to deal with. I thought he played really well when he needed to. I think me and Big Bag were talking before we started recording, that goal in the 2nd period, really nice play by Bowling Green. Kind of like a backhand, no look pass. Guy walks down from the outside, cuts in, not really anyone defending him, and just kind of picks him low blocker. I'm sure, Tracy being Tracy, I'm sure he wants that one back. But yeah, I mean, what, you got anything on the night?
I mean, I noticed the weekend as a whole, you and I were leaving the game on Saturday, and I was like, I think everyone just underestimated Bowling Green and, the start they had, because that's a lot better hockey team than what their record is.
Right.
Which obviously,
no,
because
for
I was
sure.
thinking like they look like a team that's actually going to potentially have home ice in the playoffs is what I was. So there's a lot to be said about stuff like that. Obviously us three, just going off the record, everyone, just like Big Bag said at Mavericks, everyone thought this was a sweep weekend. The more I think about it, and hopefully, I think it's a lot like Lake Superior State last year, where we're like, crap, this is going to be like, they're really good. This is a huge series. And then, whatever, we got 5 pretty easily. So I think it's kind of the opposite of that, where we just thought they were going to be terrible, and they're learning how to gel. So
yeah,
not as upset as I was last night after just like stewing in it for a while and like really thinking like that was a good hockey team. But obviously it looks bad on paper at the moment. But yeah, a lot of what you guys said is true. You guys touched on a lot of it where Watkins getting that goal back and his confidence back. But those blind suicide passes, we've had 2 of those in 2 weekends. We can stop that now.
No
That's might level stuff. Like, don't pass it in the front of your net in the defensive zone. Like, that's just what you learn, and that's what you're taught as a child. Obviously, once you get older and a little more skilled with the puck, you can kind of get away with that. But they're just shooting up ducks right into the center of the ice. Like that can't happen anymore.
Agreed. What were you gonna say there, Big Bang?
Well, I was just saying the state of the union in the CCHA is there's so much turnover on all these teams, and I'm sure it's wider in college hockey, but there's so much turnover every year that you spend the first 2 months of the season not really knowing what you're going up against. From a fan's perspective, I'm sure teams watch all kinds of film, but we don't know. We didn't buy into the whole #1 recruiting class in the country and all these college hockey or Canadian hockey kids coming in. We were like, we're not buying it. Well, I guess we kind of need to buy it now. Granted, as you guys have said, they made a handful of mistakes over the weekend that I'm sure they want back, and they'll clean it up. And we got to gel just as much as every other team in the conference needs to gel. So from that aspect, I'm not worried about it. Do we play them? That was my question. Are we playing them again? Is there one of the?
Because I don't think we played them at Bowling Green last year. So I think we play them twice.
Yeah, we are at Bowling Green on February 20th and 21st.
Okay.
Jamie, pull that up.
So that's great. That's good. That's actually great to play them that late in the season, get another shot at them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that because you guys are right. That was a better team than what I was expecting to come into Mankato.
So,
I agree.
I know me and Cam talked about it a little bit last night, but just the chippiness of that game, me and Cam were talking about how we haven't seen a game like that in the CCHA in a long time. And
you're talking on Saturday?
Yeah. And I was just thinking like, do you guys think that the world or the Canadian junior teams, because obviously they're able to fight and stuff in those leagues, coming over here, obviously you can't do that stuff. Do you think it's something to do with just like obviously them being able to fight? Does that have any about why it got so out of hand on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an adjustment they have to make, right?
There were helmets coming off. There was people were like one of the Bowling Green kids dropped his gloves. I don't know how he didn't get a penalty for that.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
I don't know if he dropped them or it just came off in the scrum.
I mean, it was a scrum. I mean, I don't know if he like dropped them and said let's get it on, but I mean.
Talking about the fighting.
Talking about the fight.
I was talking about the fighting.
But
I think
I mean, go for it.
That very well could be true. I mean, obviously I have no idea, but to that point, one of the interesting things I heard on Saturday on the broadcast was I can't remember if it was Don or the other dude that said it, but he was like, it was late in the game, and I think it was right after the face masking penalty where he just kind of grabbed our dude by the head and just kind of pulled him down.
Somehow that's on
when we do that, it's a 5-minute game.
Yeah.
But they were saying like it's been getting chippy and it's been chippy all night, and they were like, well, maybe Bowling Green's just going to keep doing it until Mankato makes them pay. And I mean, I was like, oh,
We never did.
You might be onto something because they went 0 for 6 on the power play. So, yeah, if you're not scoring on the power play, might as well keep, roughing you guys up until they lose their cool.
They did take us off our game for sure.
It's not a terrible idea.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Getting into Saturday here. We had a 4-4 tie on Friday and a 1-1 tie on Saturday. Bowling Green getting the extra CCHA point in the shootout, unfortunately. For a 1-1 game, I actually thought it was like there wasn't a point where I was super like there's scrums after whistles.
Yeah.
There was gloves coming off. There were helmets coming off. Tracy was even getting into some of the scrums. I mean, it was not. There was one save. It was either, I think it must have been the second period, and he had it on his pad. He covered it. One of their guys just comes in there. He's just fucking shoveling at his toe, and I'm like he just gets several shots in there. Obviously, Soupy comes in there and tries to take his head off and all that. But I mean, I'm just like, what are you doing? Fucking CHL kids doing CHL things.
Even after Luigi's goal, one of the Bowling Green guys was getting in the mix in their like little celebratory circle. He jumped in, had something to say. I was like, goodness gracious. Yeah. It's like the Hanson brothers out here.
No, seriously. So, I mean, after the series, the Mavericks moved to 4-2-4, which is the weirdest looking record I've ever seen in a long time. Strange to say the least. Shots in this game, again, kind of fairly even. Bowling Green comes out a little bit stronger in the second period, but for the most part, relatively even, 32-27, a little bit of a spread there, nothing crazy. Goals against, again, Mankato had a higher goals against, which, again, we talked about it. We don't really know what that stat means, but just two goals in this game, both in the second period. Luigi technically wasn't a power play goal, but it was right at the end of the power play. We kind of just still had zone possession. Just a beautiful play. I think it was like a Murr kind of shot pass. Liam Watkins gets the handle of it in the slot, does he takes a look over his shoulder, does like a spin, blind backhand pass across their net. Luigi right there on the back door. I mean, I think I tweeted it out and I was like, that's a hot goal. That was nice to watch. So really sweet, just nice, really beautiful looking hockey there. And then, probably 7-ish minutes later in the game, Brett this Foe guy, he gets his first of the year on a 4-on-4. So, I mean, there's a couple moments in that game, I would say we got goalied pretty heavily. I know we didn't have as many shots, and, Tracy was outstanding. 1 goal on 32 shots is always something to, call out. But there's one play, Ralph's right on that 4, or coming off that 4-on-3 kill that we had. He gets out of the box, gets a lead pass. We basically have a 3-on-1 going down, and Ralph's kind of fakes a pass. Their defenseman goes flying into the corner, almost takes out Stunt Monkey. And he basically had a 3-on-1 for the net. Ralph's makes the right play, gets it to a shooter. I think it was Stender. Stender makes a great forehand backhand, pretty much has Steinman, however we were saying his name, their Bowling Green's goaltender beat, and just stonewalls him with, gets his toe out there and just makes a great save, almost gets the rebound too, makes a save on that. Luigi's chance in overtime, nice breakaway, again, stuffed him coming, post to post. So there's several others in there too. Tracy had a huge save there in overtime. Oh, yeah. Was it overtime or was that right before no, that was overtime.
That was overtime. Yeah, the breakaway right before
less than 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Less than 10 seconds. A huge save on the breakaway. So goaltending was fun to watch that game. 9 penalties in the second period, pretty even going, all the way, for both Mankato and Bowling Green. 3 in the first and 5 in the third. So lots going on, lots of shoving, lots of pushing. Chad, I'll throw it right to you. I know you said you're kind of watching on a hybrid medium with the radio and the TV, but
yeah. I was kind of carting some kids around last night, so I was switching between watching on TV and listening to the radio. Heard Luigi's goal on the radio. Dino just went crazy, and I was like, oh, I got to check out this highlight. He was pretty jacked about it, and that was an absolutely a beautiful play.
What?
that, we were talking beforehand. I know Soup wishes he got a blade on that puck as he was crashing the net there in overtime. Just snuck just underneath his blade. Could have put the game away there. And that just seems to be the kind of the I'm blanking on the word, but just kind of what's been going on all season. Just
The
teeny
norm,
tiny
right.
little things here and there throughout games that end up having, an impact. If it just barely goes our way, we're not looking at 4-2-4. We're looking at 7-2-1 or something, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
you want
well,
to call it. But
alluding on that big bag too, I don't know if you guys watched that clip that I put out of Luigi's press conference from last night, and Strand said something similar, but he's just like, it's there, and I'm paraphrasing, it's there, go watch it on Twitter. It's there, it's just because the question was, how do we you look back, these 1-goal games, these overtime losses, whatever, like, it's right there. This could be very easily an 8-2 team. And what's not clicking. It's like, yeah, it's there. We got to make sure we're closing out. We got to make sure we're doing the little things right. And he's like, myself included. And yeah, it's frustrating to have those results. And it's like, fuck, man, we could be right there. And it's frustrating. You shouldn't even be looking at the standings right now, but seeing us and granted, I know all those teams we have 2 games in hand on them, but yeah, it's just like, fuck, man, like it's right there, and it's just frustrating to watch it not work right now.
Well, and even with everything that has happened, if you look at it, they've scored points, they've brought home points in every single conference game so far this season, and they haven't lost in regulation since the first game of the year. So they're right there, and maybe it's just a time thing, like after Thanksgiving or something, or after this weekend. Lake State's a great opportunity to put it all together, but we kind of said that about this weekend as well. So fans are just kind of waiting for it all to be running on all cylinders, and once that happens, they could do a lot of great things this season.
I agree.
We've been seeing low scoring games, and we're looking for that flash, and we saw it there. That I know we only scored 1 goal, but we saw it there on that goal. Holy crap!
Yeah,
they have the ability. Yeah, they can do it. They don't.
Yeah,
they're not all greasy goals. That was filthy.
No, that was nice.
They just need more of it and more often.
One thing I wanted to touch on too, kind of not, it's off the ice thing, but it happened on Saturday. We always talk about the veterans of the game, and they're usually there and getting a standing ovation from the crowd. Saturdays was a little bit different. There's a really nice tribute to Cade Wolf, who was a Mankato, local Mankato kid, died in a Blackhawk helicopter accident over the Mediterranean Sea. Back in November of 2023. Local kid, went to school, I think elementary school up in North Mankato there. He was a Blackhawk helicopter crew chief. He was deployed over in Iraq for a little bit. It's one of those things that, during the game, everyone gets up and cheers and everyone's so loud. I don't know if everyone heard the whole kind of story that went on. And there's a time, if you just Google, Sergeant Cade M. Wolf on Google, you'll see dozens and dozens and dozens of articles on, the kind of guy he was, and, literally gave the ultimate sacrifice. Wanted to shout him out, wanted to shout out, the people that put that stuff together, because that was a pretty cool moment. I think his widowed wife was there with her family. You could tell they were pretty choked up. So, Fitness for 10 actually has a room downstairs dedicated to him as well. So that kind of made me, once I heard that name, I'm like, that's all kind of coming together. So, shout out to his family and to him for, making that ultimate sacrifice. That was some heavy stuff during the game. So, do you guys have anything more on Saturday, maybe as a series as a whole? I know it's kind of a somber note, but, yeah.
The veteran of the game is always one of my favorite parts, because everything just stops. Even the players, they've said on the show that they get excited about that. It's just super cool to just take a moment during a hockey game of all things. Like, this is just entertainment for us, but it's real for them. And so to take a moment during the game and just honor somebody is pretty freaking cool. And everybody stands up. Everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows as soon as they stop that it's time to stand up and start clapping for this person. And it's pretty cool. So wish I could have been there last night for that one. That would have been a big one. But yeah, you said it well.
Juts, you got anything on the weekend? Anything on that?
No, I was kind of
covered a lot here.
The thing I was gonna say was just what like Big Bag said, where we've gotten all of our points, stuff like that. So the alarms shouldn't be going off yet. But I think the biggest thing is I was talking to, I think it was you last night, about how we just can't put together like a full game. Like Friday, our offense puts up 4, but our defense allows 4, and then our defense allows 1. And our offense only puts up 1. It's like we can't click on both ends of the ice. Like we can't. Like I missed the 7-0, or like Cam said, like on a tweet, like I missed the 4-0 in the first against, whatever. So obviously those days are gone.
Yes and no, right? Because it's like these games are so much more entertaining to get to and watch, and it's great when we win. We're losing you, Jets. Did you hear any of that, Big Bag? I got.
No, I didn't talk. When you said I'm losing me, I stopped talking.
Just doing that thing. Oh,
okay. Well, technical difficulties. Anyway, but
no.
I mean, I think we should have most of it.
It was fine on I didn't
whatever.
Like once you started talking, Cam, I stopped. So it I didn't say anything really when I said reconnecting.
We'll see what the final product looks like.
Yeah, we'll see what happened there. I don't know. The
shout out Riverside for working your magic.
The personal.
But and I think another issue coming out of the weekend, we lose Felix Gavers. Coach said in the press conference that it doesn't look good as of right now. Obviously, Monday will be kind of the indicator. That midweek press conference will be probably when we find out more. But yeah, it doesn't look great, doesn't sound great. So the health bug, we're losing, dropping like flies here in the early part of the season. So that's going to be something to watch and something to manage here going into the, the grinded out part of the year.
I could be wrong, Cam, but I think it's 7 healthy defensemen and 14 healthy forwards. Maybe 13 healthy forwards.
It's something like that. Yeah. I
don't think any of our
so that's going to be something to watch for. I don't know, Chad, I mean, you got anything more for the weekend? If not, we can kind of look around the league here.
Extracurricularly, had the pretzel bites at Mavericks. Oof. That's pretty a new one. That's getting added to the repertoire.
Chicken sandwich.
Those are good.
The chicken sandwich we had, pretty freaking nuts. Mavericks food doesn't miss.
I had to change it up from the touchdown burger. No, God no.
I don't think I've had something from Mavericks where I was like, I want more. Everything's been like, dang. Like, so it's pretty good place, boys. Underrated. Needs its flowers.
Flowers. We were sitting there with, I was sitting there and Shoal's parents were sitting at the bar right next to us, and they're asking, what do we usually get? I'm like, I start listing off all these things on the menu, like, oh, so everything's good here. I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Then they're like, you guys here every weekend before the games? And we're like, yeah, pretty much. So, kind of the spot to be. But yeah, let's do it here. Let's take a look at the Captain's Patch out of town scoreboard. If you've been rocking with the Chat Mavs for a while, then you already know that our buddies over at 10K Takes and Elm Creek Brewing finally did what most Minnesota pro sports teams cannot seem to do. They came together and created a winner. Introducing Captain's Patch, a 4.5% ABV shandy infused with raspberry and lemon. Yeah, 4.5%. That's just a hair higher than the winning percentages of those Minnesota men's sports teams. But don't worry, Captain's Patch was brewed for fans who show up no matter what the scoreboard says. This beer is for every moment you've earned your seat, whether that's watching Maverick hockey, cracking a Captain's Patch, taking out the trash, Captain's Patch, shoveling the driveway for the 3rd time today because it's coming whether you like it or not with the first snow here in Mankato this weekend. Double Captain's Patch. Running the kids to practice like an MVP parent you are. You guessed it. Captain's Patch. Of course, once the kids are dropped off and you're back home safe. No stick handling here in the Chattin Mavericks podcast. You grind, you hustle, even when the teams don't, and that means you've earned your Captain's Patch. So head over to chattinmaverickspod.com and hit that Find Captain's Patch button to see where you can pick one up near you. And when you do, snag a pick and tag at Captain's Patch and at 10K Takes on Instagram to prove, and X to prove you've officially earned your seat. Drink up, Maverick Nation, just like I'm going to do after that super long ad read. Holy cow. Guys, looking around the CCHA, Juts, what's going on here? Because Bemidji does not look like they're finishing ninth this year.
No, they still are. Long year, long season. Don't worry.
A lot of hockey to play, that's fair.
They haven't played anyone good. They played Bowling Green when they were still figuring themselves out, and they played Lake and Augustana. Augustana are frauds this year. So I'm not.
All right. Well,
I'm not seeing it yet. But Bemidji's still going to somehow not finish in playoff contention.
All right. Well, Ferris State losing to Augustana on Friday 2-4. Michigan Tech over Northern 4-1, and Bemidji over Lake State 4-1. Moving to Saturday, Northern Michigan again losing to Michigan Tech in regulation 4-2. Nothing surprising there. Ferris State over Augustana 2-0, so they split the weekend with Ferris. And then Bemidji over Lake State in overtime 3-2. I mean, any of those scores kind of stand out to you? I mean, there's a lot of, again, college hockey this year. There's definitely some upsets out there elsewhere in the college hockey world. But
if we're being truthful, Northern Michigan is doing Northern Michigan things again this year. Sounds like they're kind of a
season.
They're kind of a lock for that 9th spot, as much as I joke around with Bemidji's going to get 9th.
So they're probably going to sweep us when we play them, but
yeah, no, that's most likely what's going to end up happening. Just because that's almost what happened last year. But no, it Northern Michigan looks tough. Obviously, they're figuring everything out after their second year of the new coach, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously he's still getting his identity and everything, right. But Tech somehow still looks good even without Joe Sean, who everyone thought was their Lord and Savior. Seems like they're playing a little like, I don't know. I've watched a couple like 20 minutes of their games, and it just seems like they're playing, I don't know, looser, and like, that if they mess up, they're not going to get benched or chewed out or, whatever Joe Sean would do to his players, so seems like they're playing with a little more fun up there in Tech.
Could be
inspired hockey.
Big Bag, you got anything on the weekend? Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you had anything in the CCHA, out of the CCHA. I mean, there's scores all over the place that are weird, but
yeah, I mean, still everybody's still just jockeying for position. I can't believe how we're already so different in games played in the conference already. I mean, some teams have played 6, St. Thomas has played 2, half the league has played 4. Like it's like points percentage last year. You can't really look at it and have a good understanding of what's going on.
Right.
Nothing crazy has happened so far just yet, other than Bemidji being at the top of the conference when one person thought they would be 9th. But other than that, everything's just kind of where you thought they might be. And if you do the math on the games in hand, and everything's kind of taking shape. But we'll know more in a few weeks. Nobody has been a shock either way, good to bad, bad to good. So just got to keep going, I guess.
One score that's jumping out to me on Saturday here, Clarkson lost to RPI 5-1. Clarkson has been on a little bit of a heater, coming up with some big wins. So that was probably one of the, we're maybe not super pleased with where the Mavs are right now. And it's, we could be so close to being an 8-2 team just with a couple of 1-goal games here and there. But we haven't had something super crazy like that show up. Obviously Augustana's in a way worse spot. North Dakota took care of Omaha pretty handedly this weekend. That was when I was watching. It would have been nice to get get Omaha some wins there.
Luch with 2 assists on Saturday.
There you go, Luch.
We had 3 points.
Very
on
nice.
That. There we go.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Had a kid. Chat Mavericks bump. Just intercontinental.
Delayed.
Denver beat Western. I'm just kind of looking at some scores. The Wisconsin-Michigan series, they split. High-scoring games, lots of physicality. I don't know. Do you guys see that video of Tassie getting ripped in the box?
I said that to Cam on Friday. Tassie, you're 26.
Holy cow.
You're 26, kid, dude.
Yeah.
Just giving him. And then
I like how the guy running the box.
Volunteer. Yeah, pulling him down.
Yeah, the guy running the box eventually just hit a point where he's like, all right, that's enough. It's almost like he was loving it at first, and he's like, oh, I should probably do something.
Yeah. Oh, that's my job. Shit.
Yeah, the refs
Cam, I kind of stepped on it earlier. I kind of stepped on, you were mentioning something about UMD, and right? You had mentioned UMD sweeping St.
I was
Cloud.
just kind of saying in the background that, they took care of St. Cloud.
They're so good this year.
That's
I think they've been the surprise so far. They've been the surprise
UMD
of college hockey, in my opinion.
UMD is hot, dude.
Max, Plant, and Zam.
They are
Plant
good.
As much as I don't want to say that.
Yeah, the Plant brothers are tearing it up.
Yeah. He's got to be the Hobie favorite right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and as of last week, just taking a quick look at polls, last week we did move up to that 16th slot. I would assume we might drop back to 17th, maybe stay where we are with the technical ties. I don't really know what they're going to take from that. MPI, I think I looked last night, we were at 11th. We dropped to 11th in the MPI again. All that stuff's going to move around a ton every weekend right now just because it's so early. I don't know. I mean, you guys have anything more? I mean, we could run through CCHA standings quickly. Not that it matters, like you said, Big Bag. I mean, we have, St. Thomas with 2 games played, and we have Bemidji with 6 games played. But as it sits right now, Bemidji is number 1. Then it goes Tech, Bowling Green, Augustana, Mankato, Ferris, St. Thomas, Lake State, and Northern. This is kind of how the CCHA looks right now. Again, several of those teams having 6 games played, Mavericks 4 games played, and St. Thomas with 2 games played. So I don't know. You guys got anything more before we throw it over to our interview for the week?
I don't.
Perfect. It is now time for this week's interview, brought to you by Maverick Sports Grill. Just like we were just talking about, we've been in there pretty much every pregame this year that's been home. We had a couple of away games as well. It's located on Front Street, like we've been saying. It's just a short walk away from the front doors of the greatest barn in college hockey. It's the perfect spot for a pregame meal and drink. And as we were talking with the bartender and the Scholl parents, it's a great spot for postgame as well. The kitchen's open late. They got food for you if you're hungry. With those penalty box booths, more Maverick memorabilia than the bookstore. Again, fantastic food, not a bad option on the menu, and a mini Jumbotron and every drink you could imagine. You're going to feel right at home sitting in one of those penalty boxes, a member of the Mav fam. Be sure to stop in there next time you're hanging out downtown Mankato. Let's throw it over to this week's guest. All right, now joining the show for his second appearance on the Chattin Mavericks podcast, a blue line backbone to this Mavericks squad. He was named the CCHA D-Man of the year last season, and he recently picked up his 3rd career CCHA Defenseman of the Month award last week. He's probably best known for clearing away my sloppy rebounds in the 3-on-3 purple and gold game earlier this year. Welcome back to the Chattin Mavericks podcast, Evan Murr. What's going on, Mersey?
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, you were a stud. That was big time of you to step in there. That was a blast. So I hope we get to do that again sometime because that was fun.
Yeah. I there was one moment in that game where I can't remember who shot it or ever, but something leaked behind me, big surprise, and you cleared it out. And he's like, don't worry about it. I got you, Cam. I'm like, I don't know why I'm on the ice with these guys. This is pathetic.
Well,
no,
exactly. Cam, would you do it again?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I'd be even worse. Get the guys confidence up. That's all. That's all. That's what I told Coach. I'm like, we're just here to get the guys' confidence up before the season. That's our only purpose out here. So.
There you go.
You're their man.
But
I think Your blood alcohol level was higher than your save percentage.
Yeah.
Not true.
Oh.
But Evan, so obviously, you know, another weekend, another couple of ties, you know, a shootout win and a shootout loss. I mean, in your eyes, you know, being a leader, being a veteran on the team now, what's kind of your guys' keys to turning these close one goal or tied games into W's going forward?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think we're still like kind of figuring it out. A lot of
Yeah.
our talks this week have been um just not losing games. I feel like majority of the games we've had so far, we've been in control, and it's just a matter of shooting ourselves in the foot. Felt like you saw that Friday night. Not great
Yeah.
to give up 4 there, obviously, but and then like you see the backside of it, like we take care of the puck on Saturday. Maybe we're a little more timid, don't get a even strength goal or whatever. So we're kind of just figuring it out logistically right now. Obviously we have the talent, we've been able to score when we need to. Our power play's been great at times. Our penalty kill's been the backbone for us probably this year so far.
For sure.
But yeah, just kind of figuring out that balance between making those plays and not being too timid 5-on-5. And I got no problem with us. We're gonna figure it out pretty quick here, and it'll be fun after that.
Absolutely. No doubt. Chad, what do you got?
Well, I mean, the other part of it, as you know, part of this leadership group is trying to help this team along through all the injuries you guys have seen. I mean, it seems like guys are starting to drop more and more. You get a guy back, you lose a guy during the game. I mean, what's kind of the message to the team, and especially the guys who maybe haven't seen the ice as much as others, who you guys are going to call upon to play some big minutes here going forward?
Yeah. Obviously, this is something that I've never seen in my time here. I mean, I can only think of really one time back in juniors, my first year in St. Cloud, where we were really hurt, and I ended up playing forward for 2 weekends because we were short on the front end. We had just gotten 2 guys from high school, Minnesota high school, defensemen that came and tendered with us. So I
Wow.
think one time on the roster sheet we had nine defensemen and maybe 7 forwards, something like that. But that's something that like where we're at right now health wise, this isn't something like we've seen in a while. So we're kind of figuring out as we go. But yeah, like you said about like yeah, it's just giving guys opportunity, which is great. Obviously the circumstances are super unfortunate.
Yeah.
Super sad to see obviously a long list of guys out for some time here. So
Mm-hmm.
that part's unfortunate, but I mean, yeah, the message is um just next man up kind of thing, and we're supporting everyone through it, the guys that are hurt, the guys that are getting in, and um the learning curves that come with it. But yeah, I mean, it's just obviously the situation is what it is.
Yeah.
It's tough seeing that long list of guys. We wish everyone was healthy all the time, but yeah, unfortunately, that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a quick one kind of on the back of that. And I'll throw it to you, Juts. But in a game so chippy like that, especially on Saturday, you know, what are you doing? What's kind of being said in the locker room, especially after that second period, even after that first? I mean, because obviously at some point things got to get back under control. You know, you can have all the scrums after whistles, whatever. But I mean, what's being kind of said to get the game, you know, back to being played in between the whistles there with all the hostility there?
Yeah. I mean, for like you look at a team like Bowling Green, obviously they got a lot of big guys.
Yeah.
So like between the whistle stuff, we're just talking about getting to places early. You know, the things kind of get scary when you're in those foot races with pucks on the wall and you guys are
Yeah.
both arriving at the same time. So we kind of just talk about just kind of getting there early, getting to our spots, anticipating more of those messy pucks that are going to happen. And then just from like the mental side of it, just that's a way that like a Bowling Green's going to get back into the game, right? Is taking out one of our players after the whistle, getting 4-on-4 time. And so
Yeah.
from there, it's just like obviously we're going to stand up for Trace. We're going to stand up for our teammates when they're coming in. But just kind of recognizing who maybe we're going against or what the situation is, what the clock says, what the score is, and just playing 5-on-5 the most we can, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Juts, what do you got?
Yeah, so from our seats now, we get to see like you guys come off the ice and into the locker room and stuff. Most kids are pretty quiet coming off the ice, and then here comes Murr coming off the ice. Something like, "Hey, how's everybody?" or something like that. So
Yeah.
we were laughing about that, like he came out for warm up. So a lot of like obviously hockey players don't show their personality too much on the ice, but that's different for you. How do you how do you think that helps your game? And then obviously you as a leader, wearing letters or with or without letter, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's kind of just been I don't really know. It's kind of just been who I am, right? Just trying to keep it light. I'm not gonna give any pregame rah-rah speeches. People would probably start laughing if I did. So um, I leave that to Wheels and some of the other guys, and I'm just kind of there to try to keep the energy up and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, part of it's just kind of that mindset where it's like if things get heated, like people are running their mouth, you just kind of like it's just laughable, honestly, and it's just not that deep, So obviously everyone's trying to win at the end of the day, but you're not gonna score a goal after the whistle telling someone that they got a bad haircut or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean that's part's just never been really in my game, and I find that part more enjoyable than maybe some other people.
Well, I think you just named the episode there. It's not that deep. Perfect. So obviously it's not super common to see a D-man take a shot in the shootout, but you came in with a ton of speed, let it rip. I mean, can you kind of take us through what's going through your head on a penalty shot, what your strategy is? I mean, not giving too much away, but what's, obviously important spot to be called upon there.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is you're kind of wrong because I probably haven't taken the shootout for probably 7 or 8 years. I don't know. It's been probably since youth that happened. So not a lot of people know this, but I was next up to go in Wisconsin on Saturday night.
Oh, got it.
So
Okay.
it was and so that was like panic, like my heart dropped at that point. And we were probably like 8 rounds in, so obviously they ended up
So are we.
Yeah. Oh, love that. But yeah, obviously they scored, so I kind of missed out there, but I didn't really expect it. Like normally you kind of know who the first 3 guys are, and then it's kind of right before we were up, it was Murr, you're going, and honestly probably kind of helped me not having too much time to think about it. Yeah, I mean, my dad, people laugh about this because my dad's no hockey brain at all, but he's like that guy that would always be like, yeah, kids are coming in too slow these days. Like he didn't have the patience for all the side to side stick handle. He's like, got to come in with speed. So I've been doing that for whatever, like as long as I can remember. He'd be mad at me if I came in slow. So from there it was just kind of getting him to kind of freeze on his depth and beat him back to the post or whatever. So that was cool to be able to get one there. Obviously a little bit different Saturday. Maybe I had too much time to think about what was going on, and the whole head game of, all right, can I do the same exact move I just did? Like,
yep.
And that's just something that I've never had to think about before in my life. So I was a little bit of in a blender on that sense of that whole mental game of it. But it was definitely super cool to get up there and be able to go in a shootout. 'Cause yeah, like I said, it's been some time. So definitely feel a lot more confident about it going forward. But it was so fun. It was cool. So
absolutely. Looked great from our seats. Chad, what do you got?
Well, on the back end of that, if you aren't a known shootout guy, how did you get your name called? Was it something Strand saw, or is he just looked down the bench to see who's hot, or do you have any idea how you got your tab?
I don't know. I heard at one point where you're like asking like Severson, like our other
Yeah.
goalies on the bench. I don't know how true that is. I can't hear anything that goes on down there. Most of the time, coach is obviously down by the forwards picking and choosing, but yeah. So I don't really know, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't
Who
tell
was
you,
on the
but-
podcast last week? 'Cause they
Okay,
said something about.
sure.
Or they said something about. They were asking Steves who was hot. Like,
Reed?
Yeah, Reed was like. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking about
Reed,
Steve.
Reed Moore. Yeah.
He said the same thing
Yeah,
about
so,
that. Coach
I don't
asking
know.
Steve.
Yeah, I think
Steve's
Seaver
just
might have got
messing with you a
fired
little
after
bit.
Wisconsin. we went 0 for there, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice to get that one.
So how sweet was Waddy's pass on that goal last night? I mean,
Yeah,
that was just
pretty good.
electric.
Yeah, it was
Was that a set play? Like, or just
no?
how did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of struggling. Just I don't know. We talk about like patience a lot on our power play. I felt like Bowling Green was doing a good job, like waiting us out. Myself just kind of forcing stuff. Kind of losing some of that patience. So when we were able to kind of get some pucks moving, I think we got a shot in a recovery before it, and from there we call it just like broken play skill. Just like when everyone's running around, when it's chaos, like people are out of position, like what can you make out of that kind of thing. So obviously puck
Sure.
got batted back to him, and he had his pre-checks in good. He knew where Lou was, so yeah, that was pretty sweet. And Lou's good enough
That's
to
awesome.
be sitting on the back door like that. So
He's figured that out.
yeah. Yeah.
So I know we talked about it quite a bit, your first time on the show. But can you kind of take us through, how you ended up at Mankato? I mean, you played high school for Stillwater, then you played for, St. Cloud in the NA, and then, you went up to Sioux Falls and, in the U show. I mean, can you kind of take us through that path? Because there's a pretty, big staircase to climb to end up, where you are now.
Yeah. So, so like you said, I played for Stillwater all the time growing up. Loved it there. It was, let's see, it was after my junior year, started going to a couple of junior team camps. I ended up going to Lincoln in the United States League, their training camp before my senior year. Really good experience there. Just kind of dipping my toes in, playing with kids from everywhere. Came back for my senior year. We had a good year. Just fun playing with my boys. I'm a huge high school hockey advocate. I think it's great.
Oh yeah.
Ended up being able to be an affiliate player for St. Cloud after that, and tendered with them. Played my 10 games and worked the camera for the rest of that year. That was a good time. Yeah, terrible, but no, it wasn't that bad. It was just I ran out of games, and they're like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you stay here and practice with us," and they didn't include running the cameras on the weekend. So, got some of my media arts started up there. So, but then got drafted by Sioux Falls that summer. Went to Sioux Falls, got cut from there. Played with Jack Smith there, who I live with now. So I played with him for a month.
Nice.
Conrad was there too, actually, and Samoza, I think. We got a lot of people with like
okay. Yeah.
a couple small Sioux Falls connections, but
Yeah.
I knew all those guys like just a little bit coming in, so that was super cool to see them all choose here.
Yeah.
Played that year for St. Cloud, had a good team, lost to Soupy. Still upset about it. Sioux Falls the year after. Had a year there, and then I got recruited by Hastings and Nodder when I was in St. Cloud. That whole thing blew up. Still thought this was a good fit for me, and then here I am. So
yeah, quickly on, you mentioned Hastings. I'll throw it to you, Jets. But I mean, going back and playing against that coaching staff in Wisco, what was that like for you? Did you have any words after the game? Say hi.
Yeah, no, I said hi. It wasn't anything super personal for me as much as maybe Soup,
Yeah,
Wheels, and Trace, obviously.
for sure.
But yeah, it was cool to see like how much it meant to them, how much it meant to just Mankato as a community, and just kind of getting that extra fire before the weekend to
Yeah.
go in there, and there was a little bit more on the line. So I think we had more fans than them there, so that was super cool to see. Um, Also a shame, but shame
Yeah.
on them. But no, it was super cool to kind of be there, be a part of it. Obviously, super ironic. We finished with 2 ties, so
Yeah.
that's I
So
was
weird.
yeah, that's unfortunate, but honestly,
Opens
yeah,
up the door for next year. You can figure things
yeah,
out on our home ice with the packed barn. It'll be a lot more fun. So,
for sure. Yeah.
Juts, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm gonna change gears a little bit. We saw your mom with the whole
Oh
sleeve
boy.
of those Murr cups last night. So how much has like NIL helped you guys just like be able to focus more on hockey and stuff all just like that?
Yeah, it's been a blessing. Like Michelle and the whole board of the collective have been like nothing short of unbelievable for us, and just the things they do to kind of make it effortless for us, right? Like the cups and like an autograph session after the game, like it's just stuff where it's taking minimal time out of your schedule, and just helping that much more. So, um, yeah, if whoever's listening to this, it's been unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. And then like people like Shelly, obviously, who aren't on the
Yeah,
board, but are doing so much for us. It goes way
Yeah.
beyond the collective. Just like how much support this community has given us. It's been truly exceptional, and just like the relationships that come off of this. It's like you'll meet someone and it'll start with, "Hey, like, come to our kid's birthday party, we'll pay you." But it's like, and they think it's all like, yeah, like we know you guys want your money in return and all that stuff, but it's like you see them all the time, you run into them all the time, and it's just that relationship that you build, and then they're inviting you over for dinner, you're having dinner and hanging out with their family, and you kind of just
Yeah.
the whole connectingness of it. And it's all started with like the idea of, here's $20, come like make a video for my kid, and it's just like that's how it started, but it grows into so much more than that, and it's honestly sad that like that's how it had to start, but like to see how much like it's been able to grow and just the friendships that are built from it,
Yeah.
it's been such a blessing, not just financially, but just like, yeah, it's been unbelievable. So
Well,
props to you
in
guys.
your
Well,
acting career has taken
yeah,
off a little bit too. I mean, you've been
yeah,
featured in a couple commercials. Tell us about those. Those are
yeah.
pretty fun. At least it looks like it.
Yeah, it's always good to have a backup plan if hockey doesn't work out. So just just building your resume one way or another here. But no, so those have been so fun. Yeah, it's always good to make a fool out of yourself every once in a while, keep you down to earth. So me and Trace have had a couple collabs. We're hoping to build some chemistry there, and um, no, it's been so fun. I don't know if you guys saw his latest one. I had a cameo there. I was pretty proud of that. So
Yep.
with Shell
Oh
or whatever.
yeah, we saw.
I was yeah, but no, it's been really fun. Just like that stuff too. The stuff that takes just a little bit out of your day, and you're having fun with it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And Tracy gets to drive around in sweet cars. I mean, what the
yeah,
hell? It's
no kidding. Yeah, I've been asking him for a lot more rides lately. Give me rides for no reason. So thankful for him.
I mean, it really has grown exponentially, hasn't it? I mean, when you were playing in St. Cloud, did you ever think someday I'm going to be filming commercials? I'm going to have to work that into my day is to film a commercial
Yeah,
in college. Like that's just bananas.
yeah. And like you saw it with like the big schools first, and then it's like it was
yeah.
kind of like, oh, like that's a one-off kind of thing, but you see it
Mhm.
everywhere nowadays, and it's super cool, super fun. So yeah,
Yeah, Chad, you got a follow up. I'll toss it right to you.
Yeah. So, I mean, the decor, I would imagine, is kind of a tight knit group of guys. Is Soup kind of strutting around the facility with a little puffed out chest today. I mean, he's 5th on the team in points and already grabbed his first goal of the season. I mean, he's not a notorious goal scorer, but I mean, he's already bagged one. Is he kind of proud?
Yeah, he thought. Well, he after the game, he goes, "Yeah, I'm good for the year now." So I hope he stays on the gas. He's obviously been a big part of the start of this year, and he obviously is going to just continue to get better and better, like he has. But yeah, hopefully he's not too satisfied. He's been on. I think I don't know if it. I think it's still true, but if you look at his like stats year to year, I think he's doubled his points every year. I think it's
There we go.
248. I might
Yeah.
you guys might need to fact check me. Yeah.
No, you're right.
So
Jamie, pull that up.
if I had to
That
put
is
some money
fantastic.
on that, it's going to be 16 and a couple of rips. So
Perfect.
hopefully more, but yeah, obviously we're pumped about that. And he's the first guy to just laugh at himself. He comes in the locker room saying, "Yeah, I'm good for the years. Boys don't expect anymore." So but no, yeah, he's obviously off to a hot start, and we're
lost
loving him
Jets.
for it,
That's all right.
so.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got his target practice in at the 3-on-3 game. The first shot that I took in warmups was straight to the noggin. So
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
just here to help.
I've said this probably 10 times already, but he was the first adult to shoot a puck on me.
Oh,
at the
really?
adult camp.
Yeah.
I had never faced a shot against an adult before. It was always kids. And I'm like, oh, great. First adult is a D1 hockey player. This ought to be good.
How'd that
And
go?
he gave me a little softie that I gloved. And then the next one just went zip right past my ear hole. I was like, all right, who's up next?
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, who said it? You look like Andre Vasilevsky if you'd never skated before. Was that Soupy that said that?
Yeah, that was Soup. Yeah.
I came out and watched you guys for a little bit. That was a good time.
Oh boy,
that looked like a blast.
That was a blast.
I'm bummed I missed
we're
out on that one, but
we're getting worked. I got one last one for you, and then we'll see if Jets makes it back. But now kind of a leader, kind of a veteran on the team. I mean, you mentioned you knew almost 4 of these new guys coming in, but how have you gone about bringing 17 new faces into the team this year? I mean, have you guys been doing stuff special off the ice compared to previous years at all?
yeah, I mean, it's kind of just we do, like, the team does a really good job kind of early off getting us. We did like a paintball. We did that ropes course. I don't know if I think they made it in Maverick made
Yep.
full videos of that. So they do a really good job kind of funding some of that like extra fun stuff. But when it's just us, we've had the guys over for dinner a couple of times, had the freshmen over last week. I think we're planning something Monday Night Football, just kind of these little get-togethers where, you're getting out of the house, sharing a meal, and having that fellowship. So,
Yeah,
that's been super cool. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. People come up with ideas all the time. We're going to the movie Tuesdays or whatever if there's something good playing, and the guys do a really good job. I feel like this group, maybe more than ever, has been just very inclusive, very just wanting to get out, wanting to hang out with the guys. So that's been really fun to see, and I think it helps our life at the rink too. We're not sick of each other yet, so that's good.
for sure. That's huge.
Yeah.
Juts, you're back with us now. You got one here.
Oh yeah. So earlier you said your dad wasn't a hockey brain. So how did Evan Murr get into hockey as a child?
Well, yeah, I maybe I don't give him enough credit.
No,
he did.
Just messing with you.
We don't really come from. I think he played a little bit of hockey growing up. He grew up in South St. Paul with, I want to say, 6 siblings. He was on the younger side of it.
Oh.
Yeah, so they had a big family. I think a couple hockey players. People that have always kind of loved the game. We were kind of the first generation of like players though. I mean, obviously, like technology having to do with a big part of that, and whatever else, but just with it being more accessible. But so luckily enough for us, my elementary school growing up was the home to, I want to say, the VFW had a rink there. I was
Okay.
all kind of interconnected, and one year they were gonna get new boards for a rink, and they were taking bids of who's gonna come and like get rid of this stuff the cheapest, and they were these worn down boards or whatever, and so people were bidding to come get paid to take it, do the job or whatever, and I think my dad literally just said, I don't, you don't need to pay me. I just probably need one person to come help me. So,
Yeah.
and I might have botched some of those.
That's a pretty good bid.
Yeah. So I might have botched some of those details, but long story short, he ends up with enough boards to make a hockey rink, like old,
Oh, sick.
yeah, wooden outdoor rink boards. And so we have a sports court in our backyard, just blacktop and some
Sweet.
boards. And so
Nice.
he put in the work, and we'd have a tarp out at the bottom, and he'd flood it every winter. So yeah, we were lucky enough to have 5 acres of land and a rink in our backyard. So we had enough space to mess around, and
That is sweet.
so thankful for just all the work he put in growing up. I wasn't too helpful on that end of on the maintenance side of things. So and I found that out when so once I got to high school, I practiced every day after school, just like normal, and so in the high school years it wasn't worth it to put it up because I'd come home tired. I just practice, like maybe I would have buddies out for a weekend, but it wasn't worth it for the amount of work he was doing. And then when that's my senior year rolled around, I came back from Lincoln hoping to play my high school season, and the day I came back, it got delayed for a month. So that was COVID midst or whatever, and
Yeah.
so I was like, "Hey, can we do this again?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're taking the charge though." So lucky enough, my godfather sells plastics, just up everywhere, farming industry, stuff like that. So he got me a big plastic tarp, and had some buddies
Perfect.
come over, help me out, lay it out, and we flooded it. So I mean, there's been years where, like, the snow doesn't come, so we get ice before the snow, and you can
Yeah.
go walk out to the rink and still grass on the ground, and you're skating around. So found out the hard way how much work that took. Yeah, but luckily enough, the weather was nice to us that year. So um yeah, that was, we had it senior year. That was kind of the last run at it. So super thankful that all worked out, and for all the years that Pops helped me out with that. And maybe I didn't appreciate it then, but I do now. It's all part of growing up. But
Grassroots.
yeah, exactly. So that was kind of how I got that access to skates. I remember, like, one of my early birthday parties, they're all just skating parties if we still had
Yeah.
ice or whatever, and maybe we'd have it a couple weeks before my birthday to make sure we had ice. So
Sure.
I was always running around out there with my brother and sister. So
It's the
yeah,
best.
yeah. So
Chad, you got one more to send us home on?
Anybody mistake you for Luigi with that soup strainer you got going on
Yeah.
there?
I wanted to say.
well, I got that last night. I got you're reminding me of Luigi right now. So I'm taking it
That's
as a
awesome.
compliment. So
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'm quite on his level yet, but I'll get the guys that come up and, "Oh, did you dye that?" And it's just a slap in the face. So this is all natural. Just want to put it out there.
I haven't ever gotten
Good
that
for
one
you.
before.
Yeah,
Squash
but
those rumors.
yeah, we got to get ahead of it. So, but no, it's been fun to see the guys kind of, like, we got a good chunk of guys going with the Movember Muzzies right now. So
Mhm.
Love it.
a
That's
couple
great.
guys might need some just for men, but Soup, he already gave up. He already shaved.
Oh man.
He
Oh,
quit
no,
already.
Soup.
So shame on him.
Come
But
on, Super.
we got a lot of guys stepping up. It's been fun to see. So
That's awesome.
That's cool.
yeah, but
Well, Murs, I think that's all we got for you, man. We appreciate you taking the time. You don't want to take up too much of your Sunday here, so we'll let you go. But thanks again for coming on, and best of luck going forward. We'll be there. So
yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
absolutely,
thank
thanks,
you.
man. All right, huge shout out to Evan Murr for hopping on the show. Always a good interview. He's always got a chuckle to be had with him. So that was fun. Always a blast to talk to him. We'd like to thank him for his time, and kind of covered a little bit of everything there. A little NIL, little commercial acting, a little bit of shootout strategy. That was a fun one. That was a good interview. So anyway, let's get into our Fitness for 10 series preview. Listen up, Maverick Nation. You know the drill by now. If you've been looking to start your fitness journey, lose weight, gain muscle, or get stronger, or you just need a better gym, Fitness for 10 is the place to be. This 2-story fitness facility has every cardio machine, free weight, and fitness class you'll ever need, and now has several Chattin Mavericks posters displayed around the facility. So once again, shout out to them for getting that done for us. On top of that, you can relax and recover like a pro with hydro massage, red light therapy, and tanning beds. Winter's coming up. Won't be able to tan here anymore. Get a pump, get a tan, keep that body looking great, right, Juts?
Do you ever stand by the poster?
My buddy sent me videos
try
of him today.
Did he? I try not to. I like to fly pretty. When I'm in the gym, I'm hood up, kind of dialed, like to get in, get out, so I'm not exactly standing there yelling, "This is my podcast, listen to it." But
yeah, right.
Yeah, no. But like we've been saying, it's been my gym of choice.
Ladies,
the podcast gets no chicks. We've established this. This has been my personal gym of choice for over 5 years, and I can personally attest to the incredible vibe, how clean the place is, and it is indeed the coolest gym in town for fellas like me and fellas like you. If you don't know where to start, fella ladies. Is it fellettes? Is that the right?
That's what I'm saying now, fellettes.
Yeah, I like that. That works. It's not intimidating whatsoever. I'm in there, I'm like barely 5'10". I mean, don't worry about it. If you don't know where to start, on-staff personal trainers are there to help out. Memberships start at just $10 a month, hence the incredible job naming the place. So now the question is, what are you waiting for? Sign up online in under 5 minutes at fitnessfor10mankato.com. I will see you there. Guys, we're going to Lake State. We're going to review the game film here and not do what we did last week. And we're going to try to keep this as, neutral and as not ripping on them as possible, because we did that to Bowling Green and it didn't go great.
They're the best team I've ever seen. Let's go the opposite of what happened. Their goaltenders are the greatest things. Should be all three of them should be Heisman front runners.
Heisman.
What are you doing here?
I got college football on the brain, I guess.
All right. But just taking a quick look at their schedule here. They kick off the season being the greatest hockey team on the planet. They kick off the season with 2 wins against Stonehill in non-conference matchups. And then 2 super fluky, blame on the refs, 2 losses to Lindenwood, non-conference as well. Then a win over the U.S. under-18 team and a win against Simon Fraser in 2 exhibition matchups. And then they get into CCHA play. They lose to Bowling Green, which, I mean, that happens to everyone. Not a big deal. I mean, that, Bowling Green's really good. Not, whatever. And then they tie St. Lawrence and beat Clarkson, which is not even being funny here. Is actually a pretty big win. Mm-hmm. Clarkson's been on fire this year, like we've talked about. They've had some big notable wins.
Like, how on fire are they?
Well, they beat North Dakota and they beat they've had some like crazy wins. I think they almost swept North Dakota too. I think it was, or no, maybe the second night wasn't as close. But anyway, and then Bemidji State, they lost to Bemidji State 4-1 and 2-3 in overtime this past weekend. Chad, I'll throw it to you. I mean, Obviously, earlier game times here. Obviously, it's going to be 6:07 on Friday, 5:07 on Saturday with that time change. Big Bag, what are you looking for in this one?
I mean, I really like, I've said this before, I really like Damon Whitten. I like what he does with this team. He's maybe not seeing the success he hoped for, but Lake State is always a team that we seem to have had success against, but it hasn't always come easy, I guess is the best way to put it. So,
that's fair.
I mean, you got to show up this weekend. I'm looking over their roster. Not like I got their roster, down pat, but I'm seeing a lot of familiar names that I remember. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't see a ton of turnover. I don't think they had a ton of guys come in from the portal. So, one of the few teams that you're looking at that you probably are going to get a similar team to what you saw last year versus what we saw with Bowling Green. Just got to be on your toes. One question I was going to ask Evan that I didn't think of until afterward, but these away trips, I mean, they've had a couple already, but these away trips are opportunities to gel as a team. You're sitting on a plane or a bus together and you get that extra time. I know they spend all day, every day together, but when you go out of town together, it's just a little bit different. So maybe they can use this as an opportunity, no matter the outcome, to just kind of pull the ropes a little bit tighter as a team and get a little closer and find that missing spark, that one little thing that's missing on this team to head into the the second month of the year. So pay attention. Evan said we got to focus on the small things, so they tighten that stuff up. This could be a good weekend for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and as I just texted Jets that we play them again later in the year, we actually don't. So this is the only time we're going to be playing Lake State.
Oh, really?
This year. So, so I mean, you only playing a team once. You definitely want to make sure you have your best showing against them when you're not going to be able to see them again on the year. So, Jets, what are you looking for in this one? Obviously, we'll be watching on CCHA TV. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that because that is the only way to watch Maverick and CCHA hockey when they're not in town.
Yeah, I know it's going to be. I'm looking for, like I said earlier in the episode, the whole team to click together. Good defensive showing with a good offensive showing. Just a full 60 from both sides of the ice would be massive. Obviously, every team hopes for that. But and then like Luigi said in that post game, is just keeping the foot on the gas, not letting teams back into it, or finishing teams when in regulation rather than going into a tie when, I guess, just getting all 3 points in a game rather than 2. So that'd be big. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see where I'm watching the games from. The old man wants me to go deer hunting, but I don't know if the old chicken wing, if I shot anything, I think my arm would fall off with the labrum being torn. So we'll have to see.
Ooh, Jets with a gun.
Hey,
I don't know, man.
Hey, just so
Jay shot the gun.
Just so everyone knows, my frontal lobe will be fully developed 6 days after you hear this episode. So I'm gonna be a lot smarter next week.
That is the weirdest way to say it's your birthday.
I mean, well done, but kind of strange. What was that one weird flex, but okay?
Yeah,
that was going
I just love saying that
a couple of years ago.
I love saying my frontal lobe is going to be developed. I told Cam the other day, I was like, I think my IQ automatically jumps 15 points. He's like, whatever, dumbass.
Doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you know what a frontal lobe is?
Yeah, it's somewhere like up here.
No.
I swear you think it's like a earlobe, like the thing on the end of your nose is your frontal lobe.
It's in your brain. Yeah, I believe it's in the back of your brain, the backle part,
the backle frontal lobe,
the David Backus lobe. But yeah, I mean, taking a look, like you said, Chad. I mean, taking a look at their roster here, a lot of spread scoring. I mean, they got 3 guys with 4 goals on the year, another 3 with 3 goals on the year, then a few with 2, and then a bunch with 1. So they're kind of getting scoring from all over, pretty similar to how we are. obviously we have a couple of standout guys who have been finding the back of the net, but getting a lot of spread scoring. No one really jumps out as like St. Thomas has a couple guys that, really stand out. Nothing here that's super crazy. They still have that Roik Appleby in net. He had a good year last year, had some games that he played well. Looks like he's off to a decent-ish start this year. Andrew Oki is his backup. He's a freshman. He's played 4 games. So, maybe we see a little bit of both depending on how games go. But I would, feel pretty safe putting money on him starting on Friday. So we'll probably see him in the net. Other than that, guys, it's an away game. Guys have come on the show and talked about like away games are, they're different. It sucks not playing in front of your home crowd, but it's also you're just focused on hockey. You're not waking up and you got family in town, you got other stuff going on before the game. You're there, you're with the guys, you're in the hotel, just focusing on hockey. So there is something to be said about these away games. And I think, like you said, Chad, this is an opportunity this weekend to really finally, hopefully put it all together. Like this weekend, we had, one really good offensive game and not a great defensive game. Then we had one really good defensive game and not a great offensive game. So if we could put those two together and times it by 2 and really, figure it out this weekend, that'd be great. I think that would be, a really nice time to do that. Obviously we're going to probably see some different guys in the lineup this coming up with some injuries that we are dealing with right now. So that's something to watch for as well when those lineups come out on Friday. I don't know. Chad, you got anything more on this series here?
Just a couple last thoughts. I'd be remiss if I didn't make my annual Applebee's half price goals after the second period joke. Always a crowd favorite. So I got to throw that one out there. The other thing is watch out for this freshman, Caleb Mangoni. 4 goals already. He's second on the team in points, tied for the lead in goals. Freshman out of Sault Ste. Marie. Off to a great start. So he's kind of my guy to watch on the weekend. Also, Carter Batchelder, Eden Prairie legend. Carter Batchelder. He's always fun to watch too.
He's a junior, right? Yeah, junior.
Yeah,
and then
junior.
This Hunter Ramos as well. He's a freshman. He's got 4 goals on the year too. Not as many assists as as your guy, but so yeah, definitely. But they're still throughout their lineup, there looks like all their guys are doing here and there, getting something done. So I don't know. You guys got anything more? I think we maybe sent it over. You got a lot of the chat was buzzing, I guess we could say, last night. We got a lot to get to with questions. If you guys want to hop over there, hop. All right, let's do it. So yeah, we got close to 15 responses here, which is huge for a show that gets 4 views an episode. So shout out to everyone.
We get more
for
than
tuning
4
in.
views with how many people said hi to us yesterday.
We should have started the episode with that, Juts. That's what I was telling Chad. But shout out to everyone that said hi at the Mayo this weekend. That was super, super cool just to talk with everyone and to meet some new people and hear that people are they're coming down from the cities or coming down from wherever and they're listening to the show every week. It's makes it feel like it's worth doing. It's we love doing it, but it's nice to hear from people in person as well. So if you haven't, come say hi. We love chat.
We don't bite. Chad might
sometimes
after a couple tequilas, but
no biting. I told Scott that I had your muzzle with me if we needed it, if we were getting too lippy in the Blue Line Club section, Juts. So that's always an option.
Hey.
But kicking things off, Doyle, rough game to say the least, and obviously there's a lot to work to do. What are some good things you guys saw that we can build on? Obviously we kind of just said, for me, we had one really good offensive game and one really good defensive game. We just got to put them all together. I think, like we just heard from Mersey, all the pieces are there. The injury part's going to be, something that a little bit of adversity we got to battle through. But all the pieces are there. I don't think we're not missing parts of the puzzle. We just haven't been able to put the puzzle together yet, for lack of better terms. What do you guys think, Chad?
That's perfect.
No, I haven't seen anything this year that makes me go, geez, what's going on here, guys? I mean, we've said it 3 times during the show. Like, they're getting points. They haven't lost in regulation since the first game of the year. They're playing good hockey, and you don't want to be playing your best hockey in November. You want to be playing your best hockey in March, and they're working towards that. I'm confident they're going to get there. I hope they can get healthy, but for the time being, these guys just need to get together, stand up for each other, and put out their best game that they can and move towards playing that best hockey in March, and they'll get there. There's no reason this team can't get there.
Yeah. What about you, Juts? You got anything on Doyle's comment there?
No, you guys
Good.
touched on everything I had to say. Yeah.
Ooh, Burnsy with the new username on X here. Like seeing that.
What is it?
Mayor Burnsy.
Oh, good. He's changed that like a good while ago.
Did he win? Congrats.
Congratulations, Burnsy.
Maybe congratulations if Burnsy, if you're the mayor of something, shout out you.
Mayor of my heart.
Anyway, wasn't able to watch this weekend. Seemed like we gave up a lot of goals Friday as the defense not being aggressive enough. I would say on Friday the case was more of those silly turnovers like we talked about. That second goal was just another brutal kind of misplay right to them. They pick it off, they score. Again, a couple of actually I think the other at least two of their other goals, maybe if not all three, were all tips right in front of the net as well. So I think, maybe lack of aggressiveness in front of the net. I would say one thing that I noticed from Friday to Saturday was we locked down the center of the ice a lot better on Friday. Like the front of the net was a huge priority right in the slot. I don't know. I mean, Juts, you got anything on that one?
Shout out Burnsy. He went to the Minnesota State versus Augustana football game.
Shout out football.
Shout out football.
Taking down Augustana.
Coach's 150th win as a Maverick. Saw that right after we did the news. So congratulations, Coach. Big win.
Congrats, Coach Dilling.
Good timing.
I knew you were going to say that.
Jumping.
Sounds like the boys need to pull through on Saturday at home against Moorhead to make the playoffs. So good luck this weekend and before the Mavs are out of town for hockey. So go check out someone want to just double check we're home before I'm making a fool of myself.
Jamie, pull that up.
But yeah, if you're in town and
that's so good.
Want to watch, if I'm in town, I'm probably gonna head down to good old Blakesley.
I think I would. I think I would do that as well. It
is at home.
Yes, MSU Moorhead, November 15th, noon kickoff. You can listen to it on 12:30 The Fan at Mankato if you're going to be a loser and not go to Blasey Stadium. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll be there. Let's go. Let's do it, Juts.
Yep.
Let's go watch some of that foosball.
Some of that soccer.
But completely got off track there. Sorry, Burnsy. I think we kind of answered the question though. Yes. Gorney, BG looked pretty legit. Big body team that plays with a big body brand of hockey. I mentioned it before, but we were lacking in speed and to some extent a little bit of size. They won a lot more of the puck battles with their size. I think we'll be a top 4 team, but it's really a grind this year. Yeah, and in Strand's press conference too, he literally said, I think after the Friday game, he goes, listen, gang, it's going to be 1-goal games this year, 2-goal games. It's going to be tight, and we got to get comfortable playing in those. Like he was saying, it was kind of funny how he put it. I have to go back and watch. But he, and right now and then on Saturday, he's like, yeah, right now we're not comfortable winning those 1-goal games like we were last year. And I think that's going to be something that comes with time. I agree with BG looking pretty legit. I think we underestimated them quite a bit. That's on us. Again, bad podcast. What do you do? So yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be, early on, I would guess that Augustana's dropping out of my top 4 and BG's probably moving into it.
Yep.
I could see them contending this year. Chad, what do you got on Gorney's comment here?
No, I agree with you. And, we were kind of noticing in Wisconsin that Wisconsin was a little bit faster than us, but when you're getting roughed up, the game's going to slow down. They get super physical like that. So it's just kind of naturally going to slow down. So, I can see it there, but the revolving answer, we're going to sound like a broken record, but just give it time. Give this team time to figure stuff out. They don't have a long laundry list of things they got to fix either. It's just a few things here and there.
Yeah. It's not like there's like a glaring problem right now. It's just like one night it's one thing, the next night it's another. It's just kind of a, really ironing out all the wrinkles at once and putting it together that needs to happen. Jets, you got anything on that one, or should we go to the next one here? Next, Boblin Mavericks should have won yesterday. The one they gave away, they gave away the win. Tonight was a tough one, but that should have been a tie. Obviously, the refs weren't ready for this kind of series. It's up to the CCHA to prepare them better if they're going to put them on the ice. Yeah, the crew kind of lost control of the game on Saturday
for sure, and then they tried to get it back.
I think they're yeah, and they tried to get it back, and their way of getting it back was just giving out 2s and 10s. So that whatever they're gonna do, what they're gonna do. But yeah, I agree. Kind of gave him one.
Sorry.
What's that?
I just don't know how we get cross-checked in the face and then get a 2 and 10 for it. Like, I don't know if Stender said something, but he got two-handed in the face, and then that should not have been coincidentals. Like, you don't two-hand him in the face.
And like I said earlier on the show, the one where the guy was just shoveling at Tracy's toe and the puck's been covered for 3 seconds. There's no whistle, and our guy's got to step in there.
Like,
that.
Or in any game.
Like, cut the play off.
That can't be sitting there for that long.
Yeah. No. Chad, you got anything on Boblin's question there?
No. I mean, to his earlier point, the extra attacker goal was a kick in the dick, but looking at the replay, I would be surprised if Tracy even saw it, which, you got to clear guys out as best as you can. And, some people were wondering why it wasn't challenged. Kind of tough to challenge that. I think Strand was saying like maybe somebody grazed Tracy's leg, but it just wasn't worth the risk because they didn't have that challenge left. So if they were wrong, it would have been a penalty. And, you don't want to do that in the last minute. So, it happens sometimes. We've benefited from an extra attacker goal so many times that, things eventually are going to even out. So
this year,
whatever.
Yeah. Going to BC here, no Q, just a comment. We knew BG was no pushover, but only getting 3 at home is disappointing. Meanwhile, Tech and BSU look excellent in conference play and continue to widen the gap. I'm sure the Mavs will figure it out, but November points count the same as February points. Tad worried. Yeah, I agree with you there. With the whole points thing, you got to keep in mind both those teams have a series in hand on us. So
and they played a lot worse teams.
Right now, like we said when we were looking at the standings, it's kind of frustrating to look at them. But yeah, I agree. I mean, all the points count the same right now, and you can look at it. At least we got some points, but obviously on a weekend, then when we're expecting 5 or 6, it's 3 is tough to swallow. He's got another question here, doubling up on comments. Sorry, don't be sorry, BC, it's okay. Next weekend feels like we really need to get right weekend. They're at Lake hoping for 5 or 6 points, at least 1 3-goal win, some offensive cohesion to give the team some confidence going forward. Season is early, but next weekend honestly feels like a turning point. I mean, Chad, you've kind of said that a couple of times this episode, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything he said.
Yeah. You got anything on those comments there, Jets?
No.
I mean, with the standings being as... Is he talking?
I don't know. Just keep going. I don't think he's talking.
With the standings being what they are so early, I mean, if we played, let's say we threw in a sweep weekend, we're right there at the top. If we're with the 2 games in hand, we're 1 sweep away from being right there at the top of the standings. So, let's get a few more under our belt before we start wondering, scenarios and how many points we need to get back in it. It's fine.
For sure. Got a few more here. Oh, we just lost Juts again. Anyway, Nick is asking, Nick Mueller, he's not as upset with the OT loss as you were with St. Thomas last week. In your opinion, they played their brand of hockey Saturday, should have won Friday, so that stung. I will say I think we are an underrated. I will say I think we underrated Bowling Green. Completely agree there. That they will be a good team. The CHL players are legit. Need some time. 1 out of 2. And then why are we sitting here acting like we got swept? I mean, yeah, I think last night people were pretty upset, myself included. I mean, you go into a weekend expecting 5 or 6 points and you get 3. I mean, naturally, people are unhappy about it, especially with some of the silliness of the goals that were scored, especially on Fridays. Just they feel avoidable. They don't feel characteristic for this Mavericks squad to be giving up. Yeah, I mean, is what it is. I pretty much agree with everything you said, Nick. Chad, you got anything on those?
Well, I think it's a good thing to come into Sunday feeling like we got swept when we got 3 points. I mean, there was a time not too long ago where this program would have been thrilled with 3 points on the weekend. And now we've kind of set a standard where you get 3 out of 6 points on a weekend and you're not happy. Like that's just a testament to where this program is at right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. Juts, welcome back. We got a question here from Steven. I just fucking love this. Really need to start seeing some improvement on face-offs and power play. I feel like sooner than later the 5-on-5 goals will start coming. But it's getting frustrating watching every play start the face-off loss and losing the zone. That was pretty prevalent this weekend. I agree.
I was thinking about that because I'm like, oh wow, we won that face-off pretty good. But I was like, I wonder why I'm noticing the face-off wins, because like you shouldn't know face-off wins. They should just be. I was like, oh wow, we finally won. Oh, that's because we haven't won any all game. But yeah, we got to. There was a problem last year too, and we got to win face-offs. It's bad.
Yep.
You can't.
Chad, anything there? I pretty much agree.
Can't score without the puck.
Irrational Mav fan, his take is this: if we don't have Tracy on this team, I think we'd be looking for our first win. This team has potential to be good, but they are occupied taking stupid penalties and turning the puck over in front of the net. I mean, can't say you're completely wrong there. The turnovers have been pretty much what's cost us those the 2 and the 4 in terms of ties and losses on our record right now being 4-2 and 4. Those I could pretty much chalk all that up to turnovers, and untimely penalties and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, Chad, you got anything there?
I mean, not to be rude, but that does sound like a good tweet from somebody called Irrational Mavs fan. Of course, if we didn't have our best player, we would be a worse team. Yeah, of course, without Tracy, we wouldn't be as good.
Maybe we do. We should change it to Obvious Mav fan for the week.
No, I don't want to be. I appreciate all the comments from everybody, but I mean, I can't possibly disagree with that. Yeah, without Tracy, this team wouldn't be nearly as good. That's a big part of it.
Retweet. You got anything there, Jets?
I think it's about. Yeah, you probably can't hear me. All right, there I am. All right, I think Tracy's a good goalie.
You're pretty choppy, but
am I? I don't know. The whole Spectrum shit now, it's not gonna be fixed till 11 p.m. So I'm pretty pissed off. What was I gonna say? He's making it sound like Tracy's probably one of the best.
If you can hear me, if I'm gonna cut you off, it's coming through pretty shaky on my end.
I'll just be done for the episode. Well. It's not gonna work the rest of the episode, so just leave me out.
That came through, but I don't know what the final.
No,
I don't know what the final recording will look like. But we got two more questions here. Matt K. Sorry, Jets. Matt K. Unfortunately, it looks like a down year for us. It does not appear we have the offensive talent. That is true. It's truly unfortunate with Tracy's last year. We also got smaller this year. Losing our big defenseman kind of sucks. I don't know. It's early, Matt. I mean, I'm not going to be that, as cynical yet. I don't think anything. I mean, this year with 17 new guys, I think it's still there. Like we've said, we really need to just kind of put it together. And yeah, I guess I wouldn't say right off the year, 10 games in. I mean, 10 games in, we have 2 losses on the year is one way to look at it. I think that's a positive. And I think we're literally 4 good shots away right now from being an 8-2 team. I guess I'm gonna kind of go against you there, Matt. I'm gonna say give it some time. Let the guys get to where they need to be. comfort level wise. I mean, I don't know, Chad, if you have anything on that.
Sorry, just doing some math here.
No,
Like, as of
math guy.
I kind of feel like this is a carbon copy of last season, almost. I mean,
yeah,
1-goal games, low scoring games, struggling to find goals, and at the end of the year,
Yep.
we took the eventual national champions to double overtime. As of, you know, through their first 10 games last year, they were right around 500. I mean, I'm not going to tally it up that quickly, but
Actually,
if they were
that's a
right
really
around
good point.
500,
Yeah.
well, then let's actually do it. 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, 7-4-1 by November 9th of last season. So 7-4-1, 4-2-4, you know, what have you. It's winning some, losing some, all close games, all low scoring. Like it's the same thing. They're going to figure it out. I can't stop saying that enough. Just be patient, everybody.
Yep, I agree. Another one from a Irrational Mavs fan. Also done worrying about the national ranking. It's relevant in this dog shit conference. We were going to have to win the conference tournament to get into the NCAA tournament, especially when you can't beat teams like Bowling Green at home. I don't know. I mean, with the MPI, with going to the MPI this year, if you look at where we would have been last year with the MPI, we actually would have gotten at-large bid. I think we were, at the end of the year, we were ranked 13th in the country, going off of MPI, and obviously that's the seeding formula for the end of the year tournament. So, you know, that being said, yeah, I understand, you know, trust me, I'd love to be in the NCHC as much as the next guy. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't not care about it, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna, you know, being a new formula this year, I think it's gonna work in our favor a little bit more with there's actually not a huge CHN guy in their podcast, but they had a guy on this past weekend that kind of deep dives into the math of it. It's kind of interesting if it's something you wanna look at and want to learn more about. But so I think this year we have a little bit better of a chance, especially with, you know, again, not to glaze on our ties, but I mean, those 2 ties against Wisconsin, who looks like they're going to be right up there in the top 5 this year, those are really going to help us out. The Omaha win's really going to help us out. So I wouldn't write it off completely. I don't know. What about you, Chad? I mean, I'm going to watch it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, again, past few seasons, we haven't really had much of an opportunity to really get excited about a pairwise ranking or anything. We always kind of knew that it was got to win the tournament to get in. So it's not really breaking news, but at the same time, if Wisconsin and Omaha, like you said, if those teams keep doing well and we keep doing well, and, you know, maybe St. Thomas or Michigan Tech or whoever is a surprise and starts jumping up there a little bit, maybe it'll get a little more fun to watch. But overall, yeah, sure. I mean, we're going to be hovering around that 17, you know, maybe 15 to 20 range all season long. And we'll just see what happens. We're not going to put a ton of stock into it, but it'll be fun to watch throughout the year.
Yeah, I agree. And then last one here from ZXRSZR11. I don't know if that's code for something, but the Mavs got manhandled in front of the BG's net, and post whistle scrums have to get out of there at the whistle. There's nothing to accomplish at that point, and they didn't have any guys do it. If they do that, BG gets frustrated and does even dumber shit and penalties. So I mean, yeah, I agree. I think our guys were pretty level-headed. I think they did try to get out of a lot of those scrums, but then again, if there's a guy trying to shovel his stick through Tracy's left leg, I mean, guys are hopping in there. Like that's just what you do. And if penalties ensue, like that's hockey, you know. I don't know. You got anything on that last one there, Chad?
Well, yeah, I mean, half their team they sent down from they sent the Jims down from the Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs, and
Jim.
Yeah, they're just they're a physical, tough, hard-nosed, mostly Canadian hockey team, and that's the product you're going to get from them. And if that's the way it is, so be it. I think they took the right approach. Don't take unnecessary penalties and skate away from it after the whistle. So
yeah, they played it. Bowling Green, to their credit, they played it well, especially on Friday. I mean, they kind of let their physicalness control stuff after whistles, and we had to respond. you know, it kind of is what it is. That's all we got for X questions. I know there's a lot of like comments on comments that we're probably just not gonna be able to get to all of them. So that's a nice active week in the chat. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. It's always fun connecting with people. Same thing with in person at the Mayo and out and about. It's always fun meeting people. So I don't know, Chad, you got anything more for, I think it was episode 8 now on the season. Yeah.
No, I think I spoke my piece.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know, I think we're what are we, 10 games in? You know, we got 2 losses on the year, 4 wins and 4 ties. You know, not ideal, but it's could be a lot worse too. So again, we're 4 shots away from being an 8-2 team. That's what I'm gonna take away from the weekend. Yeah, it sucks. We probably underestimated Bowling Green, but the nice thing about college hockey is we got another opportunity to do it this weekend. So thank you for listening. Thank you to Maverick Sports Grill, Captain's Patch, Played Again Sports Mankato, and Fitness for 10. We'll talk to you next week. Roll Mavs.
Thank you for tuning in to the Chattin Mavericks podcast. Please be sure to leave a review, subscribe, and share. Roll Mavs.